Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. Today is Friday, which is December the 2nd. And in this podcast as well as YouTube channel, I go over topics in regards to the paranormal, occult, supernatural. So I speak on things such as hauntings, curses, out-of-body experiences, soul travel, astral projection. I give my account on UFOs and what I feel UFOs are. And I like to state that this podcast as well as this YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes. It's not a biblical nor a religious podcast. And so I am going to speak on a topic that I spoke about a couple of times before, and I decided I was going to speak about that again today. And that is Florida water. Many of you may have heard of Florida water. Many of you may not have heard of Florida water, but I use Florida water on occasion. I haven't been consistently using Florida water, but Florida water is a type of cologne or perfume that you can use on your body. You can use it to clean with, wash your walls with, mop with, and things of that nature. It does have some spiritual connotations to it. And so I'm going to give some information on Florida water and what I feel, how I feel about Florida water, what it has done for me. And so Florida water is an alcohol-based cologne, first used in the early 1800s as a perfume. And so it's made, the most popular one is made by a company, Murray and Lemon. Does have a citrus floral scent. So Florida water is popular among those who practice hoodoo, root work, and American folk magic. So I'm going to go over some of the spiritual uses of Florida water. You'll be very surprised as to how Florida water works. It is flammable, so be mindful around candles and using of Florida water. But it is very good in terms of spirit and spirituality. And, you know, whether you want to refer to that as mind over matter or whatever the case may be, it does work. So number one, it says offer it to your ancestors or guides on your altar in a bowl. So if you take some, put it in a bowl. You may want to burn some oils, like I burn oils. I wouldn't recommend that you use it in terms of burning, but if you are someone that boil herbs, you may want to drop a drop or two in, and it does give off a good effervescent smell and scent to it. It does begin to bring about clarity or openness when you use this Florida water. Number two, having some in a bowl near when communing with ancestors or guides and asking them for advice. So it does, you know, if you're someone who may be fuzzy about a situation or needs some more clarity in your life, I'm going to recommend the use of Florida water in instances such as this. You know, a lot of people may refer to that as root word witchcraft. It's all in what you make it. If evil it shall be, then evil it will be. But trust and believe, whatever you put out negatively in the universe will circumvent back to you. So you want to use it for positive, enlightening situations and circumstances. It says, place a small bowl of Florida water on your altar as an offering of self-love. I mean, again, it's good. It's very good for that. Wipe your mirrors with diluted Florida water. And then do a self-love ritual of your choosing in front of the mirror. So it will help to see the light in you. It will begin to make you feel good about yourself. But you will do it in such a manner to where you're not conceited or become self-induced or self-involved. So, you know, it will brighten up your mood and make you want to produce positivity in the atmosphere. Energetically cleanse yourself with Florida water by spraying it around you or putting a bit on your wrist. Again, you can use it on your person as a perfume. Energetically and literally cleanse ritual tools like crystals with a bit of diluted Florida water to give them a refresh. Use it to cleanse your altar or anything on it by diluting some with water in a spray bottle and spraying on your altar, then wiping down. Use it in your usual floor cleaner to cleanse your home and wash away negative energy. Fill a small bowl with spring water, Florida water, and a piece of blue and square. If that's what you have available, place the bowl by your front door to draw out negative energies from your home. Replace the water once a week. Use it as a water element in rituals, along with a candle for fire, a crystal, or rock for earth, and incense for air. It is considered powerful to all four elements present when doing rituals. Dilute Florida water with spring water in a spray bottle and use the spray to cleanse any room in your home. Spray some diluted Florida water around you or your space before you begin a tarot reading. Spray some diluted Florida water around you or your space before meditating. Anoint yourself with a bit of Florida water if you want an energetic refresh or a boost of creativity and inspiration. And I do know that to be the truth. But the thing of it is, when you are using Florida water, because it has such a powerful spiritual connotation to it, you have to be consistent in doing your works. You really do. Because oftentimes it will give you sensibility when you are dealing with energies that are not favorable as well. So like I mentioned about lighting a candle and then it will present to you, Florida water has that same connotation as well. Use it alongside any spells or rituals for attracting love to increase the potency of the spell and ritual. Wear a bit like perfume whenever you want protection, so it does provide a protection barrier around you to shield you from any injury, harm, or danger. Keep some in your workplace or on your desk to welcome positive energy and banish negativity. It is good for banishing negativity. It will present itself out whenever there's some negative energies that is coming towards you, and you are fuzzy and you wonder, well, who would do such things? And you will begin to gain insight as to where it's coming from. Spray some diluted Florida water and petroleum essential oil on your cash for extra abundance. Now, this is something that is new to me because I've never seen this before, but I wouldn't doubt that it will work. Add a bit of Florida water to your laundry, especially bedding, if you frequently have nightmares for protection. So this is a good tip for those who are out there that may be listening in or will be viewing in. Take some and spray it on. You know, I typically take and mix up my own deodorizer, and I do it from time to time. Add a bit of Florida water, and I begin to spray around the home, your curtains, your sheets, and things of that nature, and that will bring clarity and enlightenment into your atmosphere and remove whatever negativity that is around. Now, as I mentioned before, when you have children work a little differently because they're still in the phases of learning about life and things of that sort. So you may see adverse effects in regards to children, particularly, when they can be mischievous. Place some in a bowl on your nightstand to more easily remember your dreams. That's what it mentions here. So if you are wanting to make your own Florida water, I think Florida water is most best when you make it your own. When you make your own, I typically make my own, but I do use the regular Florida water, and I add a little bit to that. But I make my own concoction of Florida water. But if you are wanting to make, if you go out there and Google, YouTube, there's various different ways of making Florida water. There's no one specific way. But it mentions a cup of vodka, 1 orange peel or lemon peel, 8 to 10 drops of your essential oil of choice. Now it mentions that traditional oils for Florida water includes lavender, lemon, bergamot, and ylang ylang. a handful or two of fresh herbs of your choosing. It has mentioned here mint or basil, one cinnamon stick, which is optional. So you want to combine all these ingredients into a glass container and seal it. Let the mixture sit for a full lunar cycle, 29 days. So optional, you can make it on the night of a full moon and let it charge under the moonlight. Even if you don't make it on the night of a full moon, you can still place it under the moonlight until the next full moon comes around. So there's various places where you can buy Florida water. You can go online and Google. There are many at Botanica stores. I think I bought some off of Walgreens one time, but I mean, there's many online stores that you can get the Florida water, and it is it's very good. It's a good thing to have. So I'm going to go into the spiritual uses of Florida water, because we know it's for different spiritual practices. So I'm just going to Google here. Practices. Well, I went over some of those, but I'm going to go over some more. Now, I mentioned about sprinkling it or spraying it through a spray bottle again throughout your home to remove heavy vibrations and encourage the healthy expression of emotions, especially after arguments. This is especially useful for empaths who come in contact with negative people. So, me being empath, I think a lot of people are empaths more so than they would know, and giving them understanding as to empath and what an empath is. Some people are able to channel and pick up on energies, particularly negative energies and things of the sort. And once you have good counselship, you'll be able to understand what exactly that is. As a purification and blessing floor wash, one can mix the cologne into usual cleaning mixtures. So we don't want to mix it with no ammonia and things of that sort. You want to, regular old floor wash is good for purifying and getting out negative energies. Make a crystal cleaning solution whenever your stones begin to have stagnant, low energy by placing them in the water or spraying them. Cleansing them under the full moon or new moon is a favorable thing to do as well. If you're an empath or having spiritual gifts, spraying onto the body to fight anxiety, sadness, and protection from absorbing others' energies. When feeling ungrounded or evil-eyed, take a cleansing bath and spray the water on your crown, neck, heart, hands, and feet. When contacting ancestors, set a glass or bowl on the ancestral altar to receive clear messages with protection from interfering energies. It can also be used as a ritual offering to ancestors or deities. To relieve aching muscles, rub Florida water on problem areas to soften skin. Dabbing a small amount on bug bites and sunburns is great for relief. Cleanse down all the items on sacred altars, including the altar itself. So it has good spiritual as well as cleansing properties. Make a protection spray and bless it to activate spiritual protection and defense. Bless your wallet to bring more abundance and financial success by spraying it onto money and soaking cowrie shells in the water and carrying them in your wallet. And so I have cowrie shells. So of course, a lot of this stuff that I read online is person specific. washing hands and feet after coming into contact with people after a long day, protecting energies and auric fields in workspaces by keeping some near your desk in order to transmute negative energies and into loving energies. For attracting true love or unblocking obstacles in a current relationship, add a few drops in a bowl and set aside your bed and light a red or pink attraction candle while programming with desired intention. When moving into a new space, bless and cleanse by anointing floors, windows, doorways for protection, health, wealth, and luck. Those who gossip can benefit from its common effects when spraying onto throat chakras. So we got to be careful. A lot of energies and things that are being done, and when you're into a mode or phase or what have you, God will make it apparent to you when someone has spoken a spell work or some sort over on you, so it can be used to protect you and shield you. And in instances where you may feel like someone has placed a hex on you, you can ask those energies to move away from you and go to the light. Mix with inks when writing spells or manifesting to increase power of intentions. Protecting yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, and physically by wearing as a cologne for a protective shield. This can also be used in cleansing rituals and spiritual baths to enhance purification from external energies. Prevent nightmares by adding the water to bedding and offer protection while sleeping. For dream work, place water in a crystal bowl next to your bed for prophetic, clear messages from spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. When doing laundry, add a quarter cup to your laundry and rise water to both cleanse and bless your clothing. For practicing scrying, mix half of water and half of river water in a clear jar or dark bowl and use for divination. As a pet blessing, anoint your pet's forehead with a dab to cleanse them. As a facial cleanse, keep water in a spray bottle in the refrigerator during hot summer days. As a rub down, it contains therapeutic qualities with stimulating effects to calm nerves and ease anxiety, especially when applied on your forehead. So adding the cologne to rinse water after shampooing to clear the mind of heavy thoughts, anxiety, stress, intrusive thoughts, doubts, and fears is beneficial after a long day of encountering stagnant, unwanted energies. So again, this Florida water is something that is very good to have. I've been using Florida water now for the last 4 years. I have not consistently used Florida water. I have used Florida water. I'm using it now. I'm actually doing like a herb boil where I begin to emanate to get energies going and to, restore me and to bring in light and clarity and peace and a sense of solace. Because we want a piece of solace and tranquility. We don't want negative dark energies. And when negative dark energies presents themselves, you want to do these things and it will bring in the light. It will bring in the light. It will bring in awareness, clarity. It mentioned about when you wash your hair, there's some spiritual things in the crown, your crown, your head, washing of your head. So, I have not added any to a shampoo and washing my hair, but I will do so in the future. Now, I have used Florida water in a ritual and I was prompted to wash my head, and when I did that, God started giving me inclinations about things that I never even thought about. I mean, like on a higher scale of things. So that's how I know it works. Okay, so I am going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense speaking about Florida water. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you are more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.
Recordings.